bonsoir! I'm Mademoiselle and ça c'est deuxième channel. As you guys can tell by the title, today we're going to be doing another video story time. Now, I've been doing a lot of these lately because I'm trying to get 100K. Like, some of you guys are watching, but then you don't like, you don't share, you don't comment, you don't subscribe. So at this point, it's like, I'm not understanding. Shout out to you guys who are subscribed, and shout out to you guys who will subscribe after this. But most importantly, shout out to those of you guys who are on the memberships and will join the memberships now. I am so proud of myself for making a membership for this channel because I really want to start sharing more of my spiritual journey with you guys. And there's a lot of things I just cannot post publicly that don't align with my other content and just, yeah, you know, safety reasons. So if that is something that you are interested in, please make sure you guys go join the membership. Everything you need is going to be linked down below, or you can just go to my channel and press the join button. Again, thank you guys so much for joining, and thank you in advance for those of you guys who are going to join. As you guys can also tell by the title, this video is actually going to be about Ogou. I will not tell you guys which variation of Ogou we are talking about, again, for safety reasons. Additionally, I'm going to be mixing up some details of this story. My father actually told me this story about a year ago when I was going through a lot, okay? Like, honestly, I've been going through a lot, like, since 2023. Like, I'll say, yeah, 2023 to now has just been a mess. If you guys are on the Patreon, y'all already know, like, that's literally where I share most of, like, what I'm going through and a lot of my private content. I do have a private Discord and all of that. And yeah, like, you guys have been going through the journey with me. There's videos, there's the chat. And I'm a very private person. That's why I started putting all that private stuff on Patreon, because it's like, I don't really care for people being in my business until a situation has like completely been over. When I'm stressed, 9 times out of 10, you could see it in my eyes, but like, I can mask pretty damn well, which is why sometimes you guys, like, if you've been watching me for a long time, some of you guys will comment like, damn, you look so great, but you look so sad. Yeah, I've been going through a lot for the past 2 years, you know? So I like to go through things alone. I don't like to tell people my business. And the only people that really know my business, to be honest, is my man, my cousin, you know, maybe 2 or 3 of my best friends, and then my Patreon. So I tend to be very, very recluse when it comes to what I'm going through. I'll talk about what I'm going through typically way after the situation has been solved. I like to deal with things by myself. I think it's extremely toxic, but I am working on it, okay? So one day I went to go see my dad, and he just randomly was like, you need to go see Ogou. Kunya, I was like, what? Like, he's like, yeah, you need to call on Ogou for whatever it is that you're going through. Mind you, I masked very well. I didn't tell my parents I'm going through anything. So I was like, why do you say that? And he said, yeah, whenever we're going through something in the family, you know, that's who we call on. He handles all of our spirits, and he's in charge of basically making sure everything goes right. And he's been working miracles for us for decades. Now, I know of a lot of the spirits in my parents' family, but I don't know all of them, obviously, because I didn't even know Ogou was part of like our collection of spirits. So our different Ogou, okay? So obviously there's not just one Ogou, there's multiple, just like every other Loa, just like the Urzuli, the Baon, just like Baon, there's different types of each spirit. Some spirits only have 1 or 2, some spirits have like 5. So again, I'm not gonna tell you guys which Ogou it is, but feel free to speculate down below which one it is. Now, funny enough, apparently Ogou came as one of the like last spirits in the collection of my dad's side of the family, and it is because of this one story that I'm going to tell you guys. So let's just say that my dad has 1, 2, 3, 4 other siblings. It is 5 of them. I guarantee you there's probably more that I don't know about, but at this point, it is what it is. If I find out who they are, but right now, I only know 5 of them, okay? And there's only 1 girl among them, and she's the only one that listens when people tell her shit, okay? All the rest of them, stubborn as hell, okay? Stubborn as hell, especially my father, but this other brother was extremely stubborn as well. He's one of those brothers where, like, one of those kids that's just a rebel, okay? Eat that. You tell him not to go there, he gonna go there. So one day, my grandparents, obviously their parents, went out to, maybe it was a mashe, something like that, and they left the kids alone at home. They weren't too young. I believe my dad, being the youngest, said he was maybe like 5 or 6, and this brother had to be like maybe 8 or 9. So like, they were young as hell, but you know, page CPS IT, there probably is. I'm probably just saying shit right now, like, but you know, like, a lot of people leave their kids by themselves, but they'll let like the village watch the kids. So they told the neighbor like, hey, can you please watch the kids? We're gonna be out for the day or whatever. So they said, hey, don't do nothing stupid. Don't go in the water, because you already know, like, yeah, you guys go to the water all the time, but like, we're not here to supervise, and you know, don't do this, don't do that. And one of the main things they said was like, yo, like, y'all keep climbing this tree. It was like a mango tree, okay? If you guys are not aware, my family's from Kabaya, okay? For those guys who are new here, lots of Piemongo, okay? Lots of whatever. So they're like, hey, don't climb the tree. We know y'all like to climb the tree. We don't want y'all to fall. Don't do this, don't do that. So this uncle, we're gonna call him Uncle Roger, okay? Uncle Roger said, you're not about to tell me not to climb the tree to give me a mango, because that was one of his favorite things to do. So he goes and he climbs the tree, and he's sitting in the tree, he's playing in the tree, and my dad, as well as his other brother and, you know, his other siblings, they're all just like, bro, like, Roger, you need to get down from there. Like, mom and dad said not to be in the tree, especially when they're not here. And he was like, oh, I'm just getting a mango, I'll be down real quick, da-da-da. Now, mind you, this is not like a regular tree. Obviously, it's climbable, but it's like, it's one of those trees where it's like, it's super high. Like, it's not super low, but it's up there. Like, if you fall from that tree, you're probably gonna break your neck. Like, that's the best way to explain it. And it's funny because I remember when I went to Haiti when I was like 5, 6, I remember looking at this tree, and it was a beautiful tree, and I was so attracted to the tree. Now that I think about it, there might be something in that tree, and that's probably why, besides the fact that obviously you shouldn't be climbing trees, especially without adult supervision, that they said don't do that. Because yeah, so he climbs a tree. He's like, oh, I'm about to get down. Like, don't worry. Like, y'all talk too much, da-da-da. Like, you know, like, y'all sound like my parents now. Like, I'm older than y'all. Like, because it was mainly, like, my dad as well as the little sister that kept saying, like, yo, get down from there. Like, you shouldn't be in that tree. So he's like, bro, like, mind your business. So at this point, they're doing what they're doing. They're playing in the locker. And eventually, like, the other brother, so now he's the older one. He's like, bro, like, seriously, you've been in that tree for mad long now. Like, you have to get down. He's like, all right. Like, I'm tired of y'all bothering me. So now, let's see. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's call the older brother a name. So we're gonna name the older brother Francois. Okay, so Francois is like, no, seriously, you really need to get down from there. So now Roger's like, all right. So he starts getting down, but he gets stuck in the tree. Like, literally part of his pants gets stuck in the tree, and he starts screaming. He's like, bro, like, he starts yelling. So now Francois is like, like, I told you not to get in the tree. Like, so at this point, he's going off. He's screaming his head off. Now he has to like go run to the neighbor. My dad's like, oh shit. Like, everybody's kind of just frozen because like he's literally stuck in the tree. And like I said, it's a pretty big tree, but it's not like, I don't even know how to explain it. Maybe I'll try to find a picture of a tree that I'm talking about, like, or some sort of tree. Like, it's a mango tree, but it's a pretty big tree. And he went like all the way up. Like, it's not like he was just like on the lowest branch chilling on the tree. No, he went like all the way up. Now he's trying to get down. His pants are stuck to the branch. He's screaming. Francois has to go call the neighbors. My dad and his sister just sitting there like, the fuck? The other brothers are sitting there trying to figure out how to get him down. So now they're like, they're getting chairs. They're kids. I don't know what a chair is about to do, but they're kids. So I believe my uncle, I've been talking about him lately on Patreon, the one that's currently sick. Again, go on to Patreon if you actually care about my life or whatever, or join the memberships. My uncle goes up there and he's trying to like climb the tree, but see, this uncle, he's not that athletic. He's the chill uncle. He's like the pretty boy uncle, so he trying his best, but like at the same time, like in emergency, you're not thinking like, oh, I can't climb a tree, oh, I can't swim, or I can't do that. You're just thinking like, what the fuck, like someone's in trouble, let me go do that. So he's trying to climb the tree. All of this chaos happens. Kunya, the whole neighborhood comes and they're like, oh shit, like again. So now they're like, what are you doing? Now the crazy thing is, obviously, especially in Haiti, kids climb trees all the time, so it's nothing new. But like at this point, he's almost like about to fall off the tree. He's hanging from his pants. Obviously, the parents said to watch them. Why the hell was the neighbors not watching them? Like, in my mind, that was the whole thing I was thinking. I'm like, what the fuck was the neighbor? Apparently, the neighbor was like an old person, like a really elderly person, like probably in their 70s or something. So it was just like, okay, so we can't rely on these neighbors. But again, it's way back in the day. This is probably what, like the 60s, 70s. My dad was born in 66, so it had to be like the 70s. Like, back then, people did things a lot more differently in the US, let alone the Caribbean. So I personally would think you're not gonna let somebody in their 70s watch your kid unless they're extremely coherent. But especially in Haiti back then, like that just didn't really make sense to me. But hey, this person, you know, is dealing with their own shit in their house, not really watching the kids. So basically at this point, like they're like, fuck, like he's gonna fall out the tree. Like at this point, it's probably been like 3 or 4 minutes. He's dangling like from his clothes. He's trying to find a way to like climb onto a branch. And all of a sudden, Ogou appears. Okay? Ogou appeared right in the nick of time because my uncle legitimately fell out of the tree and Ogou caught him. Now, that might have been one of the very few stories I heard of a Loa manifesting. most of the time, especially when I tell these stories, I talk about people being possessed by Loa or people seeing Loa in their sleep. For me, I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 physically, but 9 times out of 10, they're coming to me in my sleep. So I was like, looking at my dad like, wait, the fuck? Them things, they manifest in person, like to do stuff. And he's like, yes, in dire emergency, like when life and death, yes, they really may appear to you in person. And it's funny because after he told me that, I started seeing more shit. And I'm like, well, new gift unlocked, right? But I was like, yo, like he really caught him out the tree. He's like, yes, like he popped up, he caught him out the tree, he put him down, and he just kind of stood there for a little bit. Mind you, the whole town is watching this. My dad's watching this. My aunt's watching this. Like everybody is watching this shit. And, you know, he kind of just left. And ever since then, he's been protecting my family, and he's been basically in charge of the other spirits in the laku. And yeah, anytime there is an issue or anytime there is something that needs to be done that is honestly impossible, he comes to the rescue. Shout outs to him because he definitely saved my dad the first time. He was in the hospital about a year ago. He definitely did his big one with my father. So I will say that man is definitely a miracle worker. There are times I leave rum out for him, you know, do my little stuff, play my little music for him or whatever, because I know that he is definitely one of the law of impossible acts. And I know a lot of you guys probably have your own stories with Ogou as well. He is definitely known for actually popping up when you really need something or popping up in dire emergencies. There's certain law that won't pop up at all, but he's one of the ones that actually will pull up. He's actually very protective, very, very protective of those that serve him and those that he protects. So I know this was a little bit of a shorter story, but definitely one of the stories I had to get out there. Thank you guys so very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. But most importantly, join the membership for more personal, spiritual-based stories. With that being said, like, share, subscribe, peek the description box for more, and I'm gonna see y'all next time. Bye!